Yo, you guys see that She-Hulk trailer? Should we talk about it? Like, I don't know, talk about like how bad it looks. Maybe like try to defend the show because it's not out yet, or maybe just like I don't know, talk about how much I want a big strong green woman to love me. You know what? Let's maybe just not talk about any of that. Let's talk about the Hulk. So I actually really liked the Bruce Banner that we got to see in those first two Avengers movies, and then he flew off into space, and ever since it kind of just hasn't been the same. Okay, quick rundown, just for anyone who might not know or need a refresh. The Incredible Hulk was the second movie to come out that was a part of the MCU, and it starred Edward Norton. That movie was made by Universal Studios because they still, I believe to this day, own the rights to the Hulk movies. But they have an agreement with Marvel where he can appear in probably any movie they want him to appear in, but Hulk can't have his own movie unless it's made by Universal. After The Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton left the role because he didn't want to work with Joss Whedon. And I guess he was kind of right on that one, huh? So, Mark Ruffalo was cast as the new Bruce Banner, and he has been in all of the Avengers movies, Thor Ragnarok, and post-credit scenes for Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi. So, unlike the rest of the Avengers who, mattered, Hulk could never get more to his own story unless it was in someone else's movie. Cool? Cool. Now, why don't we just have a real quick look at this scene.
I didn't see an end, so I put a bullet in my mouth, and the other guy spit it out.
And now, this scene.
That is so wrong on so many. I don't want to fight your sister. That's a family issue.
She's an evil being.
I don't care what she is. I'm not fighting any more beings.
These seem like two pretty different people to me, and I like one just a little bit more than the other. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Maybe a lot. Maybe I like one a lot more than the other. All right, let's just start at the beginning, or at least kind of the beginning, right? I'm gonna do what Marvel does and not really talk about the Incredible Hulk unless, I want to talk about like a very specific part. So the first time we see Bruce Banner is in the Avengers, where we learn he's helping people as a doctor, and he gets led into this meeting with Natasha Romanoff, where we can see Bruce narrow down the situation he's in almost instantly.
You brought me to the edge of the city. Smart. I assume the whole place is surrounded.
Stand down.
He knows that he is a threat because of the Hulk, and he knows that he is being treated as one, even if S.H.I.E.L.D. does just want his help. So Natasha tries to convince Bruce to come with her and help S.H.I.E.L.D. while also only explaining the necessary details. And then...
Stop lying to me! I'm sorry, that was mean.
God, I just think this is so cool. Bruce shows that even though he was kind of tricked into this meeting with an assassin who was ready to kill him, he has been in control of the situation from the moment he walked into it. So yeah, Bruce is pretty smart, but I don't just like that he's smart. I also like that he's given a very different problem from the rest of the heroes we see in these movies. The Hulk is not a hero. The Hulk is a monster, and a monster that Bruce is terrified of. The Hulk's strength is truly just incredible. He's strong enough to fight gods and monsters 10 times bigger than he is. He can fall through what I'm gonna guess, without actually caring to try to count, is like 30 floors of a building and get up like it was nothing. So, Bruce is rightfully terrified of the Hulk. He still feels responsible for all the actions of the Hulk. It's why he's so mistrusting of everyone in the first Avengers. He doesn't want to be manipulated or to be a weapon for someone else. And Loki kind of makes that happen, but there's a lot more to it in Age of Ultron. Wanda Maximoff is actually able to manipulate the Hulk and make all of Banner's fears that we see from the last movie and a half, I guess, real. Hulk was uncontrollable and capable of leveling this city, and there would have been nothing Bruce could do about it. The only reason that didn't happen was because Tony was able to stop him. So after their fight, we get this great little scene where all the Avengers are recovering from their nightmare visions. But Bruce is trying to calm down from actually almost killing a bunch of innocent people. Bruce was finally getting comfortable and could trust himself around other people and could trust himself to use the Hulk instead of just locking him away. And it's devastating to see all that progress just lost. Bruce couldn't just have fun with Natasha like he did at the start of the movie. He starts to pull away from her, and later, Bruce doesn't want to use the Hulk again.
But I can't be in a fight near civilians.
He doesn't want to use the Hulk because of how dangerous it is. And all of this because of what Wanda did to him, which is why I love the scene where Bruce confronts Wanda.
I know you're angry.
No, we're way past that. I could choke the life out of you and never change a shade.
Hulk still does come back for the final fight of the movie, but at the end of the fight, Hulk, and probably some of the control Bruce has, sends himself away into space. Now, Bruce Banner is going to get a new-ish story arc over the next 3 movies. Thor gets to find Hulk on this kind of random alien planet, and we find out Bruce has spent the last 2 Earth years as the Hulk. And this is his reaction to that.
You saying? Well, I've been Hulk for 2 years?
This seems like the kind of reaction someone might have after they just realized they got a drunk tattoo the night before. Just a fun reminder, the last time we saw Bruce, he was terrified of being the Hulk again. And now it seems like a bit of a mild inconvenience if he were to turn into the Hulk again. Or, you know, at least that's what it feels like when he becomes the Hulk again later in the movie. And when he does turn back into the Hulk, it takes inspiration from what I would consider 2 of the coolest live-action Hulk moments.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry.
And it makes a joke out of them.
You wanted to know who I am?
What the hell are you talking about?
You'll see!
That's fun, I guess. But well, I'm sure he at least gets another cool Hulk moment in this movie. No? No, Hulk's not really scary anymore. He's just a big dumb green boy. Okay then. Then Thanos just annihilates Hulk. But now the issue is the Hulk doesn't really want to come out anymore. And now, not for like even a second, does Bruce maybe think this could be a good thing? Well, now hold on. Why would it be a good thing if he can't use the Hulk? Because the Hulk could really help them fight the aliens right now. Well, in every movie, Bruce has expressed that the Hulk is a problem to him, and he doesn't want to use the Hulk if he doesn't have to. So, at this point in his story, I think Bruce would at least be able to see some sort of bright side to not having to worry about the Hulk. When the Avengers go to Wakanda, Bruce could have, I don't know, been the genius that he is and helped remove Vision's stone because he did help create Vision. But instead, you know, we get this funny scene.
Should we bow?
Yeah, he's a king.
What are you doing?
We don't do that here. So
And then they throw Bruce in a Hulkbuster suit to go fight alongside all the other Avengers. Why? Again, Bruce is a genius, and instead of using that genius, they make him a fighter, which is just like such a weird choice for the MCU Bruce Banner.
You guys are so screwed now!
I can't tell you how much I hate this line, especially where it is, like right in the middle of Thor's legendary entrance. I hate it. I hate it. Anyway, the Avengers lose the fight. Wow, big surprise. And then, you know, afterwards they go and kill Thanos. And 5 years pass, and now this is Hulk.
Hulk out!
Bruce.
Damn.
What a great scene where we get to watch Bruce Hulk thing eat breakfast and explain how Bruce and the Hulk became one. Like, that's it. Everything that was set up for the Hulk and Bruce was just dealt with off screen. Cool. What else is Hulk Bruce gonna do in the movie? Well, he does almost figure out time travel, right? And that's pretty cool.
Time travel!
But then Tony Stark comes in and he does it better. Okay. Bruce Hulk gets to go talk to the Ancient One.
To protect the Time Stone.
And why the hell did Strange give it away?
Willingly.
Yes.
Why?
What a stupid question. He just asked you that. What are you talking about? Whatever. All the Avengers return to the present or their dimension universe thing, and someone doesn't make it back.
Clint, where's Nat?
Now seems like a good enough time to talk about Bruce and Nat. Natasha was the only one to know the pain that Bruce felt. The pain of not having a choice. The pain of being used as a weapon and seen as a monster. All of the problems she's lived with her whole life, she sees in Bruce, and she wants to help him. She was the one who was always there for him, trying to protect him, and whenever he did turn into the Hulk, she was the one who was there to calm him down. She always cared for Bruce in her own special way, but Bruce came back from space and that was it. It didn't seem like they had the same connection as they did before, but that's probably because they never really had a scene where they just talked alone to each other about anything, and now Nat's dead. And I don't know, Bruce throwing a bench just doesn't seem like a great resolution to their story, but I guess there's no time to mourn because they all still have a job to do. And that job ends with Tony Stark dying. And that is the end of probably Bruce's only other meaningful relationship in these movies. I can only assume that Bruce didn't have a whole lot of friends before the Avengers, and it's clear he was able to find one in Tony. There was finally someone who spoke the same language as he did. Someone on the same intellectual level as himself. And it also seemed like Bruce didn't mind how Tony openly talked about the Hulk.
And I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
And also just look at how much fun it seemed like they were having when they just got to be like smart and do smart people things. I don't know, it looks smart to me. And it seems like Tony may have even been the first person to make Bruce think that the Hulk might not be that bad of a thing.
That much gamma exposure should have killed you.
So you're saying that the Hulk, the other guy, saved my life? Saved it for what?
I guess we'll find out.
And you know, I feel like that kind of leads into this.
It's like, I was made for this.
But now, Tony's dead, just like Natasha. Both the people we've seen Bruce have the closest relationships with are dead, and we barely saw like any reaction because of it. And I don't know, something just tells me that we won't be seeing that anytime soon. All right, all that being said, it is still possible that whenever Disney buys the rights to Hulk or just buys Universal, they might be able to tell a story where we do get to see Bruce process losing his friends, or maybe even show like those 5 years where Bruce and Hulk became one, because I don't know, that might be pretty cool. But even if they can do those things, I don't think they can fix Bruce's personality from these last few movies. In those first few movies, he seemed really confident in his work, but lacked that confidence in his social skills. So when they took that work away from him, kind of just seemed like a goober. And also, like, he had some really cool moments in those first few movies. Like, here, we're doing it again. Look at this.
Avoiding stress isn't the secret.
Then what is it?
What's your secret? Mellow jazz, bongo drum?
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
God, like, where is it? Where is it in the new ones? I don't know, this just seemed really cool to me, and we're not getting any of that anymore. Like, I just don't get it, because, like, they did it so well with Thor. I think we all see Thor as a more comedic character, or at least compared to how he was before, but his story arcs in those last 2 Avengers movies was fucked up.
So dead brother, huh? You said your sister and your dad.
Both dead.
But still got a mom, though?
Killed by a dark elf.
A best friend?
Stabbed through the heart.
I mean, he spends 2 movies just wanting revenge, and then we get to see the aftermath of that revenge. What comes after for Thor? He had nobody, and he feels responsible for all the people Thanos snapped away. And now, he just has no purpose, and he is sad. He has spent the last 5 years hiding away and just trying to drink all his problems away. And then the way he gets when Hulk brings up Thanos.
Thanos.
Don't you say that.
And getting the scenes later with his mom. The scenes have jokes in them, but they themselves don't feel like a joke. We get to see Thor start to find a purpose again. They made Thor comedic, but he still had a very serious arc, and one that was able to continue to flesh out his character after so many movies of it. And he still has so many cool fucking scenes. I don't know, I feel like I used to get that from Hulk too, but now whenever I see Hulk, I can't help but see a joke that never quite lands right.
You're Dumbo.
Doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's totally a compliment. Dumbo, Dumbo.
This sounds like you're calling me Dumbo over and over again.
Dumbo!